Hello everyone, and welcome back to another one with me, Miss Whitney B. Tonight I'm going to be talking about sympathy versus empathy and why it's important to know the difference when working with vibration and then also being a healer and working with others. So before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, guys, you know I always love to read your comments, so don't forget to share, like what resonated, what didn't resonate. Maybe some lessons you've learned or some tools in your tool belt that will help others as they calibrate along the journey. So, all right, let's do this. So, this has been coming up a lot, sympathy versus empathy. And I listened to a lot of Abraham Hicks and other spiritual teachers, especially here on YouTube. There's some amazing light workers out there just doing their work that's so beautiful and sharing so authentically the ways in which they've gotten to their enlightened state. And so a couple of things have been coming up lately that I've been noticing and that I've been working with some of my clients about, and it's having good boundaries, okay? And so good boundaries are about keeping ourselves like our needs met, like meeting ourselves where we are and honoring where we're at, and then allowing others to meet us there by having them. And so when it comes to sympathy is feeling for someone else, having like an emotional connection to what they're going through, and having sympathy means, oh, I feel that pain with you. Okay? Well, the problem or the issue or the contrast that's so beautiful about sympathy is that attachment is involved. And attachment takes you from wholeness. It takes us from that space of just being one, just going with the flow and allowing things to unfold before us and observe them. When we're attached to something, we are not in an observation state. Whereas with empathy, you're having compassion for someone. You're understanding through compassion. But the beauty is there's detachment. There is not a sense of, that is mine. That is my pain. There is a sense of, oh, I have compassion for your pain. I have felt pain before. I've experienced something like that, or even none of that, and just that you're feeling a certain type of way, and I can understand that, and I have compassion for you. But that in that instance, in that scenario, you're not taking on another's pain, another's circumstance, and making it your own. You're allowing it in surrender state to be theirs, and to just have a feeling of like kindness around it. And so so with the two differences with empathy, because of the sense of detachment and the sense of observation that's occurring, you're like experiencing a river and everything is just flowing, right? Whereas with sympathy, you make it yours. You take on that energy and it becomes yours, and then there's a sense of attachment. And with that sense of attachment, there then becomes a separation from self. Because what am I wanting to say here? So, whereas through empathy, with that sense of attachment and in that observation mode, everything is just flowing around you. You're allowing things to be, and you're accepting them just as they are, exactly as they are, where they're at, in surrender and trust that everything is always working out, that the universe is taking care of it, that you're taking care of it, that the person is taking care of it, and that everything is like, golden, just going and glowing. And so what you want to do here to support yourself, or what you can do, again, you don't have to take any action. You can just take this as food for thought. I mean, and also as a tool in a tool belt, or as a tool of contrast to calibrate towards what really serves you. But what to do here is to use your boundaries with yourself and others and saying, okay, taking accountability for, oh, I feel for you, right? Especially as for myself, I'm an empath, and so I can feel very easily other people's pain. And then I also receive visions and can feel very strongly within my own bodies, bodies also, that's awesome, that what a person is experiencing. And so I've had to learn to set boundaries that while I receive the information, I don't have to become that. I don't have to step into it and make it mine. I can just observe the experience of it, practice gratitude and appreciation, take the lessons that I received, the information, the signs, symbols, synchronicities, whatever it is that the universe was dropping off in that, and then A, reflect it back, or B, use it to grow with, or both. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes I do practice asking permission, so definitely if you're a channel as well and you're an empath or a clairvoyant or clairaudient or clairsentient and you're feeling for others or you're feeling what others feel, make sure that you're asking permission before going into their psychic spaces. Make sure that you are asking permission to share or to express what you're experiencing. And so you want to go into that space of okay, self-accountability. I am receiving this. But just because I'm receiving this doesn't mean I have to share what I'm receiving. I then go into a space of, A, if I feel comfortable, I'll ask the person, I am receiving a message. Would you like to hear it? Or sometimes I will go make a video. Because what I've learned on this calibration journey is that if I'm wondering it, somebody else in this universe is wondering it. And so why not make a video and allow it to meet whoever is wondering about it where they are? You know, that's the beauty of the law of attraction. What you're seeking is seeking you. And so if I feel called in some form, I share it. But I always ask myself first, not always, it's not an absolute. It's a practice, because I have not always been good at doing that, and I wasn't even aware at every point that I was doing that. And so once I became into the awareness of it, I then had to start practicing boundaries. And so I told Spirit, please do not bring me messages that I can't do anything about. If it's not meant for me to share or to use as a lesson or a type of understanding, then don't bring it to me. Another thing I've done is, Spirit, help me to stay in my own bubble and not psychically invade others. I wasn't aware that that's what I was doing, but guess what? That's what I was doing. And so putting up a bubble around myself, asking Spirit, asking my higher self, and then asking my consciousness all together to take steps to make sure that I stand as much as I possibly can in authenticity and wholeness with others. And so after that, what gets received, I then ask permission if somebody would like to hear it. If that person doesn't like to hear it, that's fine. I accept that. No judgment. We're good. I have compassion. I have understanding. I have love. And then I go about my merry way. And sometimes, again, like I said, I'll make a video or honestly, and if I'm going to keep it real, I would say 9.5 times out of 10, the person wants to hear the message. But there have been people and there have been times where somebody did not want to hear the message. And while at first I took that personally, I have learned that that's not about me. That's about where the person is at. And you know what? It's perfectly okay where they are. If they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. That's not about me. That's not about you. That's not about anybody else but where that person is at. And that's good enough. And loving and accepting and honoring them there, rather than using it and making it mine and using it as a way to shame and blame and go into judgment and criticism and not accept. And so, ta-da! All right, guys. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. Please drop them below. And any comments. Did you like this? Does it serve you? Did it serve your higher purpose? Do you have any videos that you would like to hear or receive, or that you're curious about? I always love hearing from you guys and what lights you up, what gets you excited, what are you wondering about? I've had some people bring me some pretty interesting things lately that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on some awesome videos on how to deal with our gifts and how to work with them and how to grow with them, how to follow your intuition, psychic children, psychic invasion, all these awesome topics that I've been learning all about that I want to share, and that from what I understand, a lot of people would actually like to hear about. So go ahead, feel free to, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another one.